Hello, everyone. I've decided that every 100 days we're going to have a point 0.5 episode now to kind of read your comments and explain some of the happenings on that have happened that I have missed because I've learned some stuff, and one of them is the next series we will not do a No Pause Challenge unless it's on a live stream because No Pause Challenge for a recorded series kind of makes it where I miss a bunch of stuff. And, that annoys me. Now, that much said, we have actually well past 100 days. We're at 147, so the next point 0.5 episode will happen sooner than episode 20.5. It'll be like 16 or 17 or maybe 18.5. I record these episodes in bursts of 3. There's going to be an episode every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with Tuesday and Thursday as skip days, so I can have time to get extra footage and get stuff ready. But I'm going to try to record them in bursts in 2 or 3 to not get too far ahead of my comment section. Right now, I've only recorded episodes 11, 12, and 13. In the meantime, I'm going to have 11 out to you guys tomorrow. But let's talk. Let's see your comments and see the goings-on of the comments section. So, first comment that caught my eye. Fairbrook. Travis Fairbrook. Did one of the dwarves drink some fungus brew or something? This is one heck of a trip. The first 2 episodes were fungus brew, okay? Just the first 2 episodes were fungus brew. Everything after that actually happened. Let's just go with that. Aiko. There have been some IRL experiments with brass plating and surfaces in hospital to reduce rot and infection rates. Apparently, the copper spikes pop bacteria and virus cells. I know, right? Which is why we have a brass hospital and a brass kitchen for the flooring. Just saying. There's a reason. Thank you, Vanilla Expanded Team. Kurosakio wants a Galatros pet. If you promise you're the one responsible for it when it goes psycho, we'll do it. But you got to promise me in the comments that you're the one that will, take care of it. Final set. Normally, I'd be all for Bronze's suggestion of Planet Bob. However, I think all the mystical stuff, we need something more Tolkien. So how I would suggest Middle Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, members of my auspiciously small niche audience, say hello to Planet Bob.
What are you going to call it?
I think I'll call it Bob.
In all of its glory. One of the things I have learned is for future series, we're not going to do 100% Planet Generation. Because this series is going to take forever to finish, and I might have another series I run instead. And just keep this series going until it's done. Because there's a lot of things I want to do in rimworld, and I don't want to be sitting here for 4 months playing not Dwarf Fortress. But I'll do it if I have to! Anyway. Next comment. Solar Aura, I'm a caravan master and the cryomancer. Beware the icy dwarf who wanders in. Yes, you are. You're the adorable caravan master. It also explains why you're single. You're 2 icy doors, everyone. Desensitized and abrasive. Good God. Anyway, Rockiv asked if I've got milk. You asked. I did that wrong. Happy now? I have a milk stash. Smugly says they stumbled across while playing RimWorld. Now they gotta find episode 1. I told you where to find episode 1, Smugly, and I bet you didn't expect me to say, guess what? I'm putting your comment in 10.5. But I did. Lilith Crow says, check bingo card. I didn't have a Jotun on there. Neither did I. But apparently Bronze had other plans. And is also now dating the smallest dwarf, Lori. How do I know she's the smallest? Because her body size gene is 12. And everyone else's is bigger than that. So we got the biggest man, we got the big small combo going over here, inside of here. That's something for later. Anyway. I'd like to put Nibbles and Chomp for pet names. You know what? Those are good names. Those are very good names. Do we have a Nibbles or a Chomp eligible right now? No, we don't. But you know what I can do? I know I'm on a time limit now, too, because we took a quest that That's a very large number. I should have read that number better. They'll be here in the end of the day. Not yet, but as soon as I get something that qualifies as Nibbles and Chomp, we'll get Nibbles and Chomp. How do you bear to play with a max TPS of 140? It feels so slow. I don't. I mean, right now I'm playing with a TPS of 60 and a frames of about 40. And if I zoom all the way in, you notice that the frames jump up to 65. That's because of all the graphical upgrades and everything else we have going on. How do I bear to play with this? I spend 8 hours recording a single episode. Okay? If I hit this, I cry. So no, I bear it because I'm used to it, not because I want it. Hopefully, I will get a more stable mod pack for future playthroughs. Laurie, Final Sight, looking at you, my ad hoc R&D team over there. And that's all of the comments that particularly caught my eye. I'm going to now message all of those people that I called out their comments when this video comes out. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the video where I talk about all the things in the colony so far. And so you all have an understanding of where things are. By the way, I've recorded all the way up through, I think, episode 12-ish? I've recorded all the way through episode 13 and 14, technically, at this time. So I'm about 4 episodes ahead of you guys. I have some splaining to do. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. So hi everyone, this is the 10.5 episode. Technically, we are recording at the start of episode 13. So there's 2 more episodes that are going to happen, which is going to explain who this is and who Rotkiv is. Yeah. We're trying to tame Mega Wolverines, which, if you remember from episode 1, is apparently our venerated animal. Mega Wolverine! That's terrifying, by the way. This is a base game animal. A genetically engineered predator with massive paws to rip prey apart. Lovely. What's the melee armor? Oh, God! Right! That pins most armor. So, this is kind of the episode where I'm going to not save anything. So the first thing we're going to do for this episode is we're going to turn the difficulty way the fuck down so I can actually do this episode, because this is an update episode. As you can see, we've been playing at 500% threat with child enemies. We're going to drop down to peaceful for this episode. Okay? So I can introduce everybody and go over everybody's story. So, you know my story from the first episode. I double click to warp to me. There we go. I am in the process of beginning the armor upgrades and updates. So not everybody has unique armor or uniquely painted armor. Where the hell did this new helmet come from? You know what? Never mind. I'll take it. Anyway. This is, again, the last time I play my own character. I've gained the pretty trait for some reason. Neat. Awesome. I'm all for it. We have Lori, who's one of our first characters. She gained resilient and flirty from being sick and diseased. That's interesting. She's also the best armor smith in the entire fucking city. By this point, we're building new walls. We're taking out all walls, building new walls. We've set up bunkers for our archer boys, so now we can fight in front of our walls instead of having to go out into the field. Stargazer is our cook, and is about to apparently duel Milk, who is well, incapable of violence. So Milk is using their plant cutting hatchet in a actual duel. These duels are for fun. They can't actually hurt each other, except for the occasional bruise. But yeah, Night Lexic is watching. Good job, Night Lexic. Anyway, Stargazer hasn't gained any new traits. He's pretty much the way he was at the start. He's just he's achieved his dream of becoming an epic level chef. That was his whole dream, was to become one of the greatest chefs the world has ever known, and he's gotten there. Rotkiv is a newcomer. Say hello to Rotkiv. Rotkiv is our weeaboo man. Yes, I'm making a Yusake reference, i.e. the Black Samurai. He has... thank you, Ubisoft, for giving me some inspiration. I gave him the Masamune we found after Lori used her enchant quality ability to bring it up to masterwork. So he just has the Masamune, which is the Emperor's sword that was lost during World War II. I don't know where the guy who showed up with it got it, but we have it now. We have bronze, so 3 of our dwarves aren't here. Half our population is non-dwarf now. Go figure. We have bronze. Bronze is a frost giant. That's why he's so big on screen. Here, I'll go put him next to Final Sight so you can see the size difference. That is an actual size difference and a hitbox difference. That is the difference in how big they are. We have equipped him with gilded plate mail, and you know, just made him a big bear of a man with a quote giant fuck off hammer. A very much fuck off hammer. It penetrates just about any armor in the game from just sheer blunt force trauma. But he's a tough but greedy giant. He also is not very good with animals at all. So, there's that. But he's, you know, become a expert duelist since he arrived. That's not creepy at all. His stats have, he's the fastest giant we've ever met. Giggity agility. Night Lexic is, I've rehearsed this episode 3 times at this point, so you may see me do some stuff in dev mode. I'm warning you now because I had to go figure it all, make sure I remembered how to do it all in dev mode. Night Lexic is our dragon person. Literally a dragonborn. Except for D&D dragonborn, not Skyrim dragonborn. We're not making Todd Howard means. Todd Howard, get out of my game!
All of this just works. All of this just works.
He's muscular. She's got a big-ass halberd. And, can very much actually breathe fire. And also grapple people with your tail. And has the ability to jump a great distance using wings. Literally. Pops out of danger. Final Sight, you've all met. Final Sight, the elf that decided to stay. He's also now a husband. He's also now apparently my husband and has a daughter. We're getting to her. Don't judge me for dating the femboy elf. I'm going to continue to put femboy elf memes on the screen, no matter how much you judge me. He's also an archer, but we're dwarves. We don't use longbows or train people with longbows, so he's got a heavy crossbow now. We have Lilith. Lilith is our Garlandkin, which is child of the druids. Just to kind of... I'm not bothering with the notifications on the right-hand side. Ignore those. She's our child of the druids. She's a workaholic, which is why in several episodes you'll see me check in and go, why are you not going to bed? And I'm like, oh, you're a workaholic. She'll stay up until she passes out on the floor. She's also our master of the forge. This was decided because Adagio and Stargazer were having an argument over who should be master of the forge, and we decided a neutral party would be best choice. You'll meet B later, but this is the point where I take a sidestep and we rename B because I promised someone in my comments whose name is apparently Nanya that they would have a character by this time. Done. You're a werewolf person, by the way. Literally. You're on night shift, and when nighttime comes, you're a werewolf. You're a werewolf, we gave a crossbow. You know, for reasons. We still haven't given you proper armor yet. I don't know why we agreed to keep a werewolf, but we have a werewolf. There's also Milk, who is our master of families. Milk is incapable of violence. I understand that Milk in real life is capable of great violence. But right now, Milk is the person who is the go-to, I need you to grow crops. It's almost crop growing season. There is a lot that has been missed in the 2 episodes that now I can introduce them. So we have, oh god, she's way fast. Murder Machine. And if you remember from like episode 1, there's a reason why she's the Murder Machine. Dogs and the thrill of battle for reasons we don't exactly understand. I know that you can't hear her. She, the patron person whose character this is on call. I'll go ahead and insert the murder. Anyway, she's become an undergrounder from being underground for so long. It's kind of a funny thing because she's the only of the original runecasters who's an undergrounder that's not male. Anyway, we have Solar Aura. I would like to warp to Solar Aura, please. Okay, break the camera. Solar is our maul-wielding dwarf. You'll notice she's overloaded right now because they're coming back from a raid. This kind of spoils for you what we found on the raid. Multiple raids, actually. There's also the fact that she is currently upset because we were attacked and there was a child, and she's the one that put a giant hammer through that child's skull.
The quiz can wait?
All right, you guys win. We'll do the quiz.
Yes!
Time to die!
You'll also notice because of the crypto armor we recovered, she has massive amounts of armor. Congratulations, Solar. You have become fragile and desensitized. Desensitized from child murder, and fragile from the plague we had earlier. Not a lot I can do about that. You are our second go-to farm person at the moment, and also our ice wizard, which we honestly needed you to come home because you don't have any magic right now. Shit. Yeah, I can't keep this cool because people keep having to pass through it, so it's barely staying cold. And I know it's barely staying cold. We're in the process of starting the Great Move, which you'll find out in episode 13 what's going on, but this is going to be our prison. This area here, next to up here, is going to be our workshop. There's going to be a grand... Hey, Julie, what's the term for, like, the area of your home where someone enters, but they're not actually inside the room area? There's, like, an area between the door and the living room? Mudroom for your... the entrance area. Where you can take off your coat stuff. We're actually going to have armor racks in here for people to not have to wear their armor all the time. But yeah, that's happening. And then our new workshop's going to be up here, and our new kitchen freezer is going to be over here, and we're going to have a separate meal freezer where the kitchen's going to transport the food they cook to, so that people can come in and eat it without having to go into the main storage area. Like what's happening right now, that's annoying the shit out of me. Tempted to lock this door just to keep this from losing all its cold. Lastly, we have Adagio. Adagio has not gained any new traits. He's still thick-skinned and a veteran. He is, however, the master blacksmith. If you have a weapon, he made it. It's that simple. There's a reason why every time you hear "Fine Dwarven Crafts,"
Fine Dwarven Crafts, direct from Orzammar.
He's the one crafting it. Him or Lori are the ones crafting it, basically. That's 90% of his job. His other job is to go harvest stuff for us. But 90% of his job is just to sit in here in the anvils. But we're gonna make a new forge room. We're gonna make a new workshop area and all this, and all that's gonna be much larger. And instead of being, organically planned and improvised planned, we're gonna actually plan each room individually based on the problems I'm having right now. Such as the fact that people have to come all the way from here down to here. The iron and materials are separated from the cloth and leathers that are needed. This freezer, we need more than one freezer. We need a freezer to store food that has not yet been cooked, or food that only stays in the kitchen, like the ale and beer wort, to make ale and beer. What are you doing on here? Oh, you're waiting on ale. You know what? Let me switch you back here. I just realized I'm not saving, so that doesn't fucking matter. I did that out of habit, and I am an idiot. What is quest? Wow. Wow. That's a reward, but I won't have it, so oh well. You want me, hold on. You want me to provide what exactly? Nine people who cannot be children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That would leave 4 adults to manage this entire colony for 4 days. I'm sorry, sir. Are you stupid? And you want me to send 9 people to deal with 14 enemies, and you're also sending 6 people. Why don't you just send the 6 and I'll provide like 2 or 3 and we'll be good. I mean, our paladin here is definitely very murder happy. And what's actually going to be happening in episode 13 is we're mostly going to be staying home. And the reason why is a variety of reasons. I just realized I need to bring those things indoors so they can be reverse engineered. You'll find out where I got those. And someone almost dying because, oh dear, they had armor-piercing ammunition. It was not a happy. It was definitely a butt-clenching panic moment. I need to bring those in so they can be reverse engineered. Yeah, and the shotgun shells. Baby come about, I think, in episode 12. They're a plant person. There's nothing super exciting for genes of a plant person because what happens when Lilith or Milk were to have a child, in this case Lilith, it completely ignores the father's genes and creates a genetic copy of the mother because they're a plant person. So it's all, so no matter how many children with how many different spouses Lilith were to have, they're always going to be this exact same genotype. Now, for those who have watched episode 10, you know James is a hybrid bear. Yes. There's a Garland named Joey Wheeler. Don't argue with me. I have one named Yugi, one named Yu-Gi-Oh 2 because Yu-Gi-Oh 1 died, and we have Joey Wheeler now. You see where this is going. I'm trying to go through your comments real quick and pick out names. So for Timberwolf 1, because you guys want the Alstafo Animatry mod, but it hasn't been updated since 1.2, I'm just going to name this wolf Alstafo. He's a very sexy wolf. I don't understand. I'm just trying to pick through your comments and find, you know what, that's an entirely appropriate name, Gaffergon. This wolf shall be known as Wolfenstein. I'm with you, Gaffergon. I'm with you. And because someone asked for it, and we can't, and it's a very bad idea, we're going to rename this mini Thrumbo not a Galatros. Speedy. That's your name. That's your name now. Speedy. Let me make sure I'm in the right gear mode. Okay. Yeah, I have a bug where if I'm not in this equipment mode and I click on an animal and look at their gear, game freaks the fuck out. Yes, that says adamantine heavy plate armor. We're gonna discuss that later. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff you're gonna see in episodes 11 and 12. Before I start recording episode 13. Episode 11 and 12 are packed with shit. Like, absolutely packed to the gills with shit. Here it is. They take 6 in-game years. They take 4 in-game years to grow to full size. 4 in-game years to grow to full size. That's That is playing the long game. That is 200 days in RimWorld. I want to point out we are on day 119. Or 121. We're on day 121. Moving into day 122. Since the start of this recording. They ain't nowhere near grown up. It will be close to day 300. 5 years since the start of game before we get a fully grown Rox. Did that hyena try to eat my dog? What the hell happened? I mean, we're not saving this. This is just like the colony update. The bear just ate the hyena's head. Just one bite. Just looked at the hyena and went, "Oh." Okay. It tried to eat my dog. And the bear said, absolutely not. I'd like to go a-grudgin' across the ocean to say, the island that is the northern hemisphere. Maybe surprise some people and be like, "Hi, we brought a boat." And watch them go, "That's not fair. Seemed fair to me." But that's a later thing. That's a later thing. Building armor and boats is what we're going to be doing for episode 13. Thank you all for coming. This is your 10.5 update. Every time this series goes 10 episodes, I'm going to stop and give a half episode update where I just kind of talk about everyone and everything that's happened and go over the new people. Ignore this Mega Wolverine. He's not going to be here until later. But if you want to name him, in case we, recruit him again, or her, you want to name the Mega Wolverines, I'm all for it. Yeah, we're not breeding bears anymore. Cocaine Mega Wolverine. Anyway, that's everything. Thank you all for coming to this mid-series update. I'm genuinely honored this series has gone this far and been received this well. So long as you guys want to keep watching, I will keep posting. No questions asked. And I'm very happy to see a Let's Play series that I'm doing consistently getting 100 views and 20 likes. I don't care if it goes further than that, but having just that base of people saying, yes, I would like to continue watching this is super appreciated. Anyway, talk to y'all later.